Okay, welcome to Omega Ruby. This is actually the second time that I've tried to record this series. The first time the audio was way out of sync, and you may notice already that it's kind of jittering and slow, and I've done what I can to try to fix that, but apparently Pokemon is just not great on the emulator that I'm using. And there's not much I can do about that. So we're going to try to ignore that. We're just going to try to have some fun here. If it gets really bad, like super bad, unplayable bad, I'll see what I can do. I already have a game, but I'm actually going to start a new one. Because we're a little too far in there. So let's see here. I think it's... Is it that combination? Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, delete all save data. Yes, please. Yeah, I'm not keeping anything. It's not a big deal. The menus are really good. The menus are not too bad. We'll play in English. I have what I'm using for my controller. Instead of using the keyboard, which is super awkward, I have a Wii Classic controller and an 8-bit do adapter for the computer. So that should work really nicely for what we need. Alright, let's start. This is not just Omega Ruby, by the way. This is going to be a ground types only challenge. So it's going to be, I'm only allowed to use ground type Pokemon. So obviously we're going to start with Mudkip, because Mudkip evolves into Marshtomp, which is ground type. So Mudkip is the only one that I'm allowing it to slide, because it's the only one, the only starter that has a ground type potential. If a Pokemon evolves from a ground type, I cannot use it. So Nincada is bug ground, so I'm going to use that. It evolves into Ninja slash Shedinja, and so I'm not going to use either of them, because that would break the rules. So I'm only allowed to use ground types. So Mudkip, Nincada, Geodude, Numel. I will have to get Flygon eventually, because Flygon is the only ground type in Hoenn that can fly. So I'll have to get a Trapinch and ultimately Flygon. Barboach, maybe, who knows, because I already have a water ground type in Marshtomp. Claydol, but Claydol is very late game. So those are the rules. Ground types only. But I'm also going to add a little extra. I am not allowed to capture more than one Pokemon per route. So on Route 1 or whatever, I'm only allowed to get one Pokemon. But I can sit around and wait until I get whatever Pokemon I want. So I can capture a Geodude, but I'm not allowed to capture any other Pokemon after I get that Geodude from that route. If I find another Geodude on a different place, I could get that Geodude. I'm gonna name my character Eartha, because why not? So yeah, I am allowed to have 2 Geodudes, but I'm not allowed to capture both of them in the same place, if that makes sense. And those are the only rules. I'm not going to do any Nuzlocke rules, because Nuzlocks make my face hurt. I'm not going to force myself to only if I lose a Pokemon, if I fail, if I black out, then I lose. If I lose a Pokemon, if it faints, it's gone. That's not how I'm going to do things. I'm just going to have fun, and I'm going to skip through all the dialogue. I'm not going to read all the dialogue, because this game's old, and there's a million other playthroughs online. The only difference is that I'm doing this one. So I'm going to try to make it unique, try to make it stand out. Just have some fun with it, not going to get too worried about it. I can already tell that the emulation might be a little slow. I might fiddle with my capture settings to see if that might help. But it could have just been that opening cutscene. We'll see. It seems like it's going in slow motion a little. So I think I'm going to see if I can configure it a little to not do that. We'll see. This is getting to a point where I can halt for a moment. I'm going to see if I can optimize this capture. Because now we actually have... oh, no. Maybe it's okay. Yeah, it looks like it's just cutscenes that are rough. It's not perfect at all. I don't have, like, a supercomputer. I'm not running Watson over here, whatever. Or Big Blue. But my computer's good enough that it shouldn't have too much trouble. Ah, jeez. It is kind of rough. It's kind of... The optimization is not easy. I think it's running at like 70%. Okay. I'm going to pause here, and then I'm going to see what I can do with the options, emulation. Okay, interestingly enough, I set it to adapt to the window size, to make the emulation, instead of like being locked at a certain size, I made it auto select according to the window size, and that made it pump up. It's not at 100%, but it's at 80, which is way better than it was before. So I think that's good. It's going to be a little jittery, but it's not going to be perfect. So I apologize if you're expecting like the best possible, the most optimal. That's just like, ooh, so sweet, oh nice. You're not gonna get that. I know this game pretty well, but like I'm not like a whiz-bang supermaster. I'm not like some competitive player or some like fancy 100% 10 out of 10 best video maker ever. That Wii remote right there is dangerously close to the stairs. What are you doing? What's your problem? That thing costs like 30 bucks. Alright. Let's explore this room. I also like, what I like about this game is that you can run right off the bat, indoors. Lapras. Garbage can. Good old Wii U. The sequel to the Wii that nobody knew existed. Yeah, they should have given it a different name. But that ship has sailed, so let's move on and forget about that. So I used to play this game constantly. When I got it, I got Alpha Sapphire. Played through Alpha Sapphire, and I'm like, I love that game so much that I want to play it constantly. So I got Omega Ruby, and what I did was I just played Omega Ruby on the bus and challenged myself with different, like, I started off with like monotype challenges, but then it was like only Pokemon that don't evolve, or only Pokemon that have an F in their name or something like that. Oh, I'm supposed to be going here. So I know this game pretty well, but I haven't played it in a while. Professor Birch is not here. So we'll see how this goes. I do remember some bits and pieces here and there that for some reason I remember. Oh, come on. Okay. I remember things here and there, and those will come out. I don't know this game. It's not fresh in my memory like Pokemon Sun. Pokemon Sun is fresh in my memory. So if I was playing Pokemon Sun, I would be able to tell you exactly where everything was. Not like off the top of my head, but if I was there, I'd be like, oh yeah, that's where you can get the TM for Confide, or that's where you can get this, blah, 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 and so forth. But I will remember a few things from Omega Ruby. Hey, bro. So, the reason why I chose May as my player character, there's two reasons. One, I think it's good to have a female playable character. I think that's important to have, just to have female characters in games. So I really like that option, for one thing. Also, Brendan has a better character arc. So with him as my rival, you can see he starts out and he's like, let's be friends, but I don't know. And he's kind of like, he's sort of like, he was like, oh, I thought you were going to be a guy. And he's kind of like, you know, he's a kid and he's not sure if he wants to be your friend. When May, if May is your rival, then she'll just be like, let's be friends. And then her character arc is like, we've become friends, yay. Brendan's like, yeah, let's be friends, but I don't know. And so by the end of it, he's like, okay, I guess you're my friend. So he has a better character arc to him. Also, there's some weird rendering glitches. You could see there was a line above his. Obviously, we're going with Mudkip. We have to go with Mudkip. If this was Generation 4, we would go with Turtwig. Good old grass ground type. All right, had to load that Poochyena. Also, if I quote unquote mispronounce any Pokemon names, I don't care. These are names that we see written. Like, is it Poochyena? Is it Poochyena? It's probably Poochyena because it's a hyena. But who cares? It's not important. You know which Pokemon I'm talking about. It's that one. Poochyena. It's that one. God dang it. So, I don't care. I'm going to pronounce them how I want. Good old Professor Birch. And yeah, it reminds me of somebody, because my claim to fame, I guess, is Skyrim. Relics of Hyrule, Skyrim mod. And in Skyrim, there are strongholds, I guess you could call them, and they're all spelled, it's like Lost Valley, R-E-D-O-U-B-T, or apparently it's supposed to be pronounced Redout, or Ridout, but I pronounce it Readout. And somebody was like, is English your first language? Because it's actually it's not Readout, it's Redout, or Reddit. And I'm like, that's kind of mean. So obviously we're going to name this thing Readout. No, I'm gonna name this thing Read Out. There. Or is it Read Out? Who knows? Yes. Oh wait, no, wait. Oh crap. Dang it. I should have said no, because when you say no to Professor Birch, he's like, no, come on, meet my kid, and he won't let you say no. Come on, meet my kid. No. Come on, meet my kid. No. Come on, meet my kid. And this will go on forever if you let it. Oh man. Yeah, this is rendering really well. Wow. Wish I figured this out earlier. Okay, I think there's a guaranteed Wurmple encounter here. Yes, there is. We don't want Wurmple. If it was Burmy, which is a 4th generation Pokemon. Burmy I would be able to use, but Burmy is 4th gen, not 3rd gen. Speaking of 3rd gen, so Omega Ruby has a very soft... Wait, no. Omega Ruby has a very special place in my heart, because, confession, I didn't like Generation 3. Here's my story with Generation 3, and then I'll lead up to why Omega Ruby is so important to me. When I was a kid, I played 1st and 2nd generation, loved them, played them all the time. I somehow beat the Elite Four in both of them, even though I had like ridiculous teams. Really enjoyed them, had a great time, and then I kind of lost track of Pokemon. And Generation 3 had been out for a while, and I was like, you know what, I want to get back into Pokemon. So I got Fire Red. No, I got Leaf Green. That's what I got. I got Leaf Green, and I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I should get the actual game, like the actual 3rd gen game. Leaf Green was alright, but I never really got into it. And then I got Ruby, or maybe I got Ruby first. I have a feeling, I think actually I got Ruby first, and then tried to get back into it with Leaf Green. But for some reason I just could not get into Generation 3, either game, Leaf Green or Omega Ruby. I played a little Omega Ruby, but maybe it was just because I was couldn't, like, the attention span wasn't there anymore, or something. I don't know. Hello? Oh. Okay. I don't know, but maybe I didn't like the art style. I still don't like Generation 3 art style. I don't like the font that they use. I don't like the sprites. There's just something about Generation 3 that I don't like how it looks. And I know, I'm sorry. So I lost track of Pokemon after that. And I finally got back into it with Generation 4. So Generation 4 is my favorite generation because that's what brought me back to Pokemon, truly. Pokemon Diamond really brought me back into Pokemon in a big way. How's it going, lady? Alright. Okay, cool. And then, and I loved Heart Gold and Soul Silver so much. Adored those games. They're probably my favorite. Heart Gold especially. Yeah, let's buy 9 potions. Because we're only gonna have like 1 Pokemon to start until I can find a Nincada. Generation 4 brought me back, and then I got alienated by Generation 5. And really, I should have stuck with Generation 5. I should have waited until Black 2 and White 2, because Black 2 and White 2 fixed all of my problems that I had with Pokemon Black and White. I had Pokemon White, and I was very alienated by the fact that there was 156 Pokemon in the Unova Pokedex, and no Pokemon from any previous generations. Really bugged me, really didn't like it, didn't like that the game was so isolated. And so I lost track of Pokemon, I missed out on Keldeo, Meloetta, and Genesect. And I kind of regretted that for a while, but thankfully when they did their like Pokemon 20th anniversary, they re-released them, so I got them then. I now have a living dex in Pokemon Ultra Moon. Really proud of that. So, Generation 6 brought me back again to Pokemon because X and Y were so simple, and even though at first I didn't like the idea of Mega Evolution, it grew on me, and Generation 6 was so simple that I was like, okay, I can like Pokemon again. Generation 6 rebuilt my love for Pokemon that I had lost. And then Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire came out, and I'm like, oh, good God, this is what I've always wanted. I'm like, I really want to like Generation 3, and this is my chance to like Generation 3. So I got them, and I'm like, these are amazing. I think these are my new favorite games. So I think Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire are my favorites, followed by Heart Gold and Soul Silver very closely by Heart Gold and Soul Silver. They're like almost tied in terms of how much I love them. But I can play Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire over and over and over, and I love every minute of it. These games, both of them, are just phenomenal. I love how they weave Mega Evolution into the story, and you can get Mega Evolution, like, with X and Y. Mega Evolution was sort of like this side thing. I don't know if there's an Encada on Route 103. One moment. Mega Evolution was the whole point of Generation, like, it was the new thing in Generation 6, but it was just kind of there, and it wasn't really integrated. But Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire really integrated Mega Evolution, and that is absolutely fantastic. Encada location. I'll take this time to save. Save here. Yes. So yeah, that's my story with Generation 3, Generation 6. My ups and downs with Pokemon. So I'm really excited about this series. I've been wanting to do this for a while, and I'm taking a break from my Skyrim Let's Play, Relics of Hyrule, the series. I'm going to come back into that probably once this is underway considerably, like maybe 10 episodes into this, or something like that. I'll go back to Skyrim, or Relics of Hyrule, the series will just be every so often. Alright, let's see. Nincada can be found. 116. Only 116. Okay, so I'm gonna have to wait until Route 116 to find Nincada. I think that's gonna be my first ground type. I'm gonna go to the Pokemon Center. I don't know how long I've been recording. The last time I did this, I stopped once I got to or Rustboro, not Roxborough. Hey Brendan, how's it going? I think what I'm gonna do is I'll stop once I get Pokeballs, because now that I think about it, even if I could catch it, even if I could find an Encada, I wouldn't be able to catch it. So once I get Pokeballs and like the Pokedex, then I'll stop for this one, for this episode, and then we'll continue on next time. Oh my god, Professor Birch's head is just a colossal meat. I kind of like Professor Birch. Like, there's something about Professor Birch that I really like. I like Elm too. Professor Elm, really cool. You know what we need? We need another female professor. We had Professor Juniper in Generation 5. We need another female professor. Professor Burnett doesn't really count because she's not the game. She's the wife of the professor. Alright, special defense is high, defense is low. That's pretty decent. Attack is pretty high, that's good. Alright, well, looks like readout is pretty decent. I'm gonna save, and I'm gonna say that that's the end of this episode. Time, 17. That's only 17 minutes. I guess we could keep going. Yeah, let's keep going just a little longer. Because it says 17 minutes. The game time, anyway. So we can keep going. Eartha, wait. What? What do you want? Oh, it's Mom. Okay. Sorry, Mom. Okay, thanks, Mom. Okay, bye. Doesn't want me to go. Don't worry, Mom. I'm not gonna get eaten by a Gru. Oh, what? Pokénav, Dexnav. Oh, yeah. This was amazing. Let me tell you. Oh, my goodness, Grabness. This was... I love the Dexnav so much. I love that you're able to sneak in this game, and I love that you're able to catch Pokemon with special moves and, like, do chains and all this. Like, oh man, the Dexnav. Absolutely incredible. Alright, I'm gonna focus on tackles and physical moves because... although I get stabbed from Water Gun. We're gonna see. We'll see how Readout, we'll see how Readout grows over time. We'll see. We'll see. It's good to have both. It's good to have both types of move. Hi, Brendan. How's it going? What's going on? Oh, there's a tail? Oh, man. Check your Dexnav. Oh, yeah. I'll check my Dexnav right away. I'm gonna sneak up right on that. Yeah, I'm gonna sneak up. Okay, yeah. Let's sneak up on that. Oh, man. Yeah, we're gonna get that Poochyena right now. Look at me. Look at me go. I'm gonna catch that Poochyena. Look at that. Wow. Alright. Am I able to go this way yet? Oh, Footprint Man is fine. Okay. See ya. 102. Wingull. This is another cool thing that it registers what you see. Pokemon just in the... oh, man. Why did I click on that? I don't know. Alright. How long have we been playing now? 19 minutes? Let's get to Rustboro. I also like having the map right there. Zigzagoon. I like having the map right there. First Trainal battle. Trainal battle? Oh man. Alright. It's nice having the map right there. It's also nice to be able to access the map without accidentally activating the Rotom Dex. The Rotom Dex telling you some weird thing. Alright, let's beat this Zigzagoon to a pulp. Make this guy unhappy. Water Gun. Didn't do much damage. We'll try Tackle next. Oh, man. Excuse me. Wow. Wowee. They're about the same. I think Tackle was actually slightly stronger, but it could be that this Zigzagoon has bad defense. I don't know. I haven't memorized all the stats of all the Pokemon ever. Oh, almost level 8. So something that might happen is Readout is going to get pretty high level. That was a C-Dot. Only C-Dot evolved into a ground type. Hey, Bugman. So I got two choices here. Bugman or youngster Biff over here. I don't think that's his name. You better not turn around, bud. Because I don't want to fight you. I don't really care. What is that? Oh, it's a Surskit. Well, too bad I'm not doing grass bug or water. Jeez. Okay. The original plan actually was to do a grass type challenge. Just use grass types. But here's the problem. I wanted to do Omega Ruby because I know this game better and I have a history with it. Lotad is exclusive to Alpha Sapphire, so I would not be able to do that because Lotad is the only one. Ludicolo is the only grass type that can learn Waterfall, I think. The only 3rd gen grass type. Or something like that. So I wasn't able to do the grass type. So I ended up doing ground type instead for Omega Ruby. And that's fitting. Very good. Because guess which one's ground type? Groudon. Yeah, Groudon's ground type. Groudon counts. So we'll be able to have a Groudon on our team. That's going to be interesting. Alright. I'm going to stop acting like an idiot. That's not true. I'm just too excited about this game. Also with these berry trees, oh, yeah, let's plant a berry. Why not? With these berry trees, I'm going to try to place them in strategic locations. Like, this place is right next to Rustboro. Or, oh no, I forgot about the other city. It's next to Petalburg. So we're going to get to Petalburg and then we'll stop. Alright. Hi, lady. Goodbye, lady. Oh, hi, Brendan. Beautifly. Actually, you know what? I think I did a bug type challenge once, and I got Beautifly. I used the Beautifly all the way through the Elite Four. I like using, like, Pokemon that people don't usually use, like Beautifly. Or Stunfisk. Alright. Here we are. We're going to go to Pokemon Center and we're going to save. And we'll call it a day. The challenge begins. We don't have any ground types yet, but we're getting there. So, thank you very much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see how this goes.